In this lesson, you're going to learn some simple gameplay debugging techniques. You're going to learn how to release your mouse during the gameplay and how to detach control, and also how to pause the gameplay and continue later on. Alright, first open your first-person template project. Create a new one if you don't have any. And when you are in the Unreal Engine editor, let's run the game. Now you are in the game mode. Click in the viewport and now your mouse will be captured by the gameplay. If you press Shift and F1 at the same time, so the combination, your mouse will be released again. Now you see the mouse cursor again, and you can click on something else. Once you click in the viewport again, your mouse will be captured again. Now you can continue your gameplay. Now let's play the game again. Make sure you can walk around in the game level, in the gameplay. And now press F8 on your keyboard. You'll notice that you are back to your editor, but the game is still playing. If you click in the viewport, you can even select the actors in your game. And if you use your right mouse button, just click and hold it, you can look around. And you can also use WASD to move around in your gameplay. It is like you are spectating the game like a ghost. You can see the player is just a pair of arms. And here is our gun and the environment. Press F8 again. You will be able to regain the control of the player. Now move closer to this rifle. You'll pick up this rifle and press F8 again. Now you'll see the rifle is attached to the arms. Very interesting. You see, with this technique, you can really debug what's going on in your gameplay while you are developing your game. You can move to the other side of your game level and see what's going on there. And when you're done with it, you can press F8 again to gain the control. And also, you can come to the outliner to see the object here. Next, let's learn how to pause the gameplay. So, how to stop the gameplay temporarily and continue later on. Let's start the game. When you're in the game, release your mouse cursor by doing Shift F1. Now you're out. You can click on Pause Simulation, and well, you can resume it later on. You can do the same with pressing F8 when you're in the gameplay. Now we are detached from the game, and you can also pause the simulation, pause the game using this button. Of course, you can resume later on. Now stop the gameplay and come back to the editor mode. Do you still remember we said in our previous lessons, everything in the game level is an actor. An actor is just a game object, an object in the game. And you can see all the actors in the game level from the outliner. But that is not really entirely true. Let's find out. Adjust the outliner a little bit to make the window a little bit bigger so you can see better. Now, I want you to start the game and walk towards the rifle to pick it up. And I want you to shoot for a few seconds. And you'll notice that on the right side, the outliner, there are new actors created. While you are shooting, stop, press F8, pause. Now double click on one of the projectile, like projectile 52. It's a yellow ball. It's the yellow balls we shot in the gameplay. And these yellow balls didn't exist before the gameplay started. So they got dynamically generated or created in the gameplay. And you also notice that we actually shot more than 2 yellow balls, right? There's only 2 left. So some of them already got deleted. They disappeared. Now I want you right click on the 52 and select Browse to Asset. The content drawer will be open, and you will notice that this yellow ball actually sits in our content browser. So when the gameplay started, when we were playing the game, we started shooting, Unreal Engine spawned these yellow balls into our gameplay dynamically and also delete some of them to save resources. Let's resume the gameplay, and all the projectiles, all the yellow balls will disappear. I want you to stop the game and open the content drawer. You should be able to find the projectile, the yellow ball, in your content browser. If somehow it wasn't there or you couldn't find it, you can click on Content from this navigation bar or go to the left side, click on Content, and you can search for projectile. And there is one called Blueprint class. You find 3, but we need the most left one. To see it better, you can go to Settings, Thumbnail Size, and select Large. Now you see the difference. The first one is Blueprint class, the second one Material Instance, Static Mesh. We will talk about the other 2 later in our future lessons. But now let's use the first person projectile. Try to drag and drop them into your game. Now we manually place these actors in our game level. Let's start the game again. You'll notice they're very interesting. They all disappeared after a few seconds. That is because the game is programmed and designed in a way that it recycles the unused object to save resources. If you double click on this Blueprint class, or you go to your outliner, and on the right column here, you can also click Edit. They will both open the Blueprint class of the projectile. And you will notice that there are code. These are nodes. Basically, they are the code logic of this projectile. That is the reason why they disappeared when they are spawned in the gameplay after a few seconds. The last node here says destroy actor. Alright, you're going to learn all these in our future lessons. Actually, from our next lesson, you're going to learn how to program game logics like this. Alright, we are at the end of this video. What you have learned today? You've learned how to use Shift F1 to release your mouse, how to use F8 to detach from the game controller, and then you've learned actors can be manually placed, or more interestingly, they can be dynamically spawned, which is also why games are so fascinating. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.